And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by the 3rd overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trey Lance.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 19 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown.
10 touchdowns on the season for him, and I don't know whether these goals are written down. I don't know whether they're discussed amongst the team, but I do know this. Every guy who touches the ball as a ball carrier thinks 10 touchdowns is a nice round goal to try and reach in a season.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 8 yards on the run there, and that trims it to a 3rd and 11 coming up. Play action. Now it's Lance. Completes it to Samuel. 30. 10. 5. Touchdown. 49ers. Deebo Samuel with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Niners are on the board first here in Vegas. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
And he comes to the end of the season leading the NFL in passing yards. And that's not necessarily something you set out to do at the beginning of the year, but it's a good illustration of how remarkable and consistent he's been all season.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Niners, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the 1st down.
Carr's throw complete here to Waller. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. A check on the numbers a week ago for Waller. 8 catches, 59 yards, and a touchdown.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
He's letting this one go for Fuller, and he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Will Fuller, 48 yards. And the Raiders are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Returning from his end zone is Ray McLeod. And he returns this to the 22. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system. So
that's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On play action, now Carr. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings that they kind of...
And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have moved out in front. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Niners set to take over on offense. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this 3rd drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of the tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Throwing now is Lance. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Got a man. That's Ayuk. Two first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. He works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Lance. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick.
But they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the 2nd time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Jacobs. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Jacobs again. But he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he won't get to the line of scrimmage as they push him back to the 2. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll run with Jacobs. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. So Carr will depart, and on comes the Raider kicker Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. The kick by Carlson is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll get it down here to the 43. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Here's Lance to throw it. Out to his left. The ball comes out, and this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. A gritty play there, put his nose down and got his guys a first. This is McCaffrey on the give, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And now they'll throw with Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Lance going to throw. Slant route connects with Deebo Samuel. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back to the ground on 1st. It's McCaffrey. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks.
Well, Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. The 30. 10, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr, quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Carr to throw again. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. Touchdown, Raiders! Josh Jacobs. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Raiders continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. Is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. Ray McLeod to return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice it.
He's got a man, complete. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Lance now on first down. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And, boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Lance. Flush to his right. And he whips that one incomplete there.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people.
And now here is another interception. Jonathan Abram picks it. And the Raiders will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Throwing on first down is Carr. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 31-yard line. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. Carlson able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both up.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25.
The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC.
Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table. Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Carr, and that's complete to Adams. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Try to run for it with Jacobs. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Here's A.J. Cole now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is taken at the 18. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose.
But an alert 49er able to gain possession, so they will indeed hold on to the pigskin.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to fourth down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
On the return, Johnson.
That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
Nick Bosa using that speed to get in there and break that play up. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Carr.
He's got Renfro on the out route.
They'll give him 4 yards there. And 3rd and 8 now.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
This pass from Carr taken in by Waller.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21.
Well, you hate that defensively. They had him pretty well corralled, but the face mask, that obviously changes things.
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating because you feel like you did everything right. You had him stop, but the hand gets up just a little too high, and the natural inclination is to hold on, and that's going to get called every time.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Now Carr. And it's caught. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. They'll try and run with a fullback, Johnson. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Punching it in from a yard away.
And the Raiders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Well, we're probably not the first, but all of us at EA Sports certainly want to wish you and yours a happy and prosperous new year. And as a celebration of that, a big slate of NFL games on this Sunday, Week 17. Second to last weekend of the NFL docket. Later tonight, the battle for Los Angeles, Rams and Chargers, 5:15 Pacific at SoFi. And then on Monday night, Charles and I are on to Cincinnati. Bills and Bengals, 2 cold weather teams in what will be a frigid Paul Brown Stadium.
Now on 2nd and 13.
Lance.
And my goodness, another interception.
picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone, first down. As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. To throw is Carr. Delivering another one here to Darren Waller. He's got it again. Touchdown! 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Here's Lance. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Lance looking to throw it. Throws quickly, and he's got George Kittle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. And Lance now to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Lance. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Gold able to tack on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Once again, it's Jacobs. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker, 4th down. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This will be fielded at the 17. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
From midfield, here's Lance.
Rolling to his right. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. Lance. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
Lance now on 1st down.
Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And incomplete on the deep ball. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Lance. And his throw's going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Desperation time here. Lance. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. Now Lance again.
And the grab by Croft.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. And they're going to speed things up here. Throwing on 2nd and long.
Lance.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football.
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Jayon Brown. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.